was like, whoa.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is presented by Underdog. If you're new to Underdog, today's the day. Get $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play just $5 with code It Is What It Is. It's Boosttober, so there's daily promos all month long. Underdog is live in more than 30 states, including Georgia, Texas, and Missouri, just to name a few. Make sure y'all support the show, lock in your bonus, and start playing today with code It Is What It Is. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mace and Cam, and today we are joined with our analyst, Arabia.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, Arabia. Oh, my goodness. My ears.
How are you?
fell out.
Oh, your in-ears. I was like, what do you mean your ears fell out? She said hi.
Oh, my goodness. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm coming off a really busy weekend, so ready to talk about some football.
I think I got two
Feeling
left
good. How
ears
are you?
today.
Oh, man.
What? Are you trying to fix it?
I can hear you now. I thought I just
Can you hear
wasn't
me?
hearing any commanders at this point.
No, I mean, I know I miss Commanders, and I'm the first person people think of when it comes to Commanders, but, you know, I guess we'll get there.
You're the first person when it comes to commander. Your skin is glowing. What
Gotta
are you
be.
doing these days?
I'm ignoring the bullshit. You know, everybody got something to say whenever I say something, but I'm ignoring everybody. If you got negative shit to say, I don't hear it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm ignoring.
How are you picking up all of these negative vibrations in such vibrant colors that are around you?
You know, I don't know how, but I'm bouncing it right back. Pause. So, you know, just,
Hey, yo.
I'm minding my business. Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been an overrule, but
I feel like that
yeah,
context provided.
she bouncing
that's
it right
valid.
back is crazy.
That's
but
valid. She's letting these people know. Well, glad to have you on the show. Glad to see you, Mace. Glad to see you,
Stat,
Cam.
what are you wearing, Stat?
Aces. Shout out the Aces.
Oh my goodness, Stat.
And I love this for them. I love this for us.
Is this
I love this
us?
for us.
Are you starting to show Cameron in right
No,
now?
it's just like I'm just in a celebratory winning mode. So
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
shout out to the Aces because they
You
did
love
their
that
thing.
for us?
Yeah, you might as well say us too. You was with the Aces, Cam was with the Aces, us as a whole winning. Yes, we
I
love
really
it.
want to know if Cam is with the Aces. Can you put the camera on Killer? Killer, are you a part of the Aces now too?
Yeah, I've been to game. Me and Stat been to
my
games,
goodness.
Mace.
Thank you.
Mace, you're
you.
the only one who doesn't go anywhere. People go places. We've been to the Aces game on several occasions.
Yes.
So it isn't like we haven't been to the Aces game. Yes, I fuck with the Aces.
And
We've
you
been
got
there.
on black and silver now too, Cam. I need a timeout. Pause. I need a timeout.
I'm a Spurs fan. Makes sense.
It do make sense.
Yeah, I can't right now, for real.
First of all,
Cam,
first of all,
you
do
never
you know-
been an Aces
do-
fan. When have you started being a fan of a female team? Because I don't know this. I know you went to a game, but I've been to a Liberty game. I've been to the Atlanta Dream, but I'm not a fan.
I've been a fan of girls' teams since I was in junior high school. Cameron was the point guard for our team. I've been liking girls' sports for a long time. It ain't nothing new, brother.
Yeah.
You know, we ain't speaking a little minute. I've been supporting, man. Do you know the history of the Aces coach though? Where she originally started at?
At the Spurs, Cam. Cam, what do you think? Do you think I just be rolling the dice up here? I know people think I'm rolling the dice up here, but I'm not. Can I speak? Can I speak? Can I speak? This is what you normally tell me. It's my goal. Can I speak?
Actually, everybody spoke for about 6 minutes, and I just sat here smoking before I said anything. You was doing the colors, the vibrations, and all type of shit, and I didn't say anything. I was just sitting here listening. But go ahead, you can speak because I got more to say. Go ahead, it's your turn.
Which team was your best team at Manhattan Center? Mine was Danica and them, from the Bronx. Yours was Karen or Epi and them? Karen had this shirt mix a lot.
Shout out to Epi. Epi was cool. Karen was mixing like a nigga.
Yeah.
Karen was mixing. They said y'all looked alike.
It's too early for that.
I'm saying they said y'all gonna be brothers and sisters.
Yeah, shout out to Karen.
The coach, shout out to Karen. But the moral of the story is the coach for the Aces started out with the Spurs under my man Pops. She coached in the NBA. Not only did she coach in the NBA, she coached in the Summer League where she led the Spurs to a championship in the Summer League before she even went to the WNBA. So I'm not just a fan of hers because she went to Aces. She's part of the lineage.
What a way to tie all this together, Killer. That was crazy. You're getting good. Pause for real.
She's part of the lineage, man.
Yeah, spin game is getting impeccable.
That's all facts. It's nothing I'm saying is not a fact. Everything I said is a fact.
Well, I actually was a South Carolina fan back when they had what was her name? Something Toy or something like that. I forgot her name. But
how much of a fan were you if you don't know the name, Mace? Do you know? And speaking of South Carolina, do you know?
Cam, I be having a lot on my mind.
Where did Asia Wilson play at, Myrna?
Come on, that's easy. South Carolina, Cam.
Okay, then. If you was a fan, that's what I'm saying. The best player in the world, as far as females are concerned, played for South Carolina. What kind of fan are you if you don't know that?
No, but this was one of my peoples that played down there. She had the threes. She was super swaggy, but Don wouldn't let her shoot her threes. Okay,
got you. It's personal.
Yeah.
Well, either way, shout out the Aces. They did their thing. Because like Cam said, we have been fans. And even, not even to add to it, but even back then, he was posted up with Sabrina. He posted everything and has showed a lot of visible support. So I do also want to give him his flowers for that because he has been very adamant about supporting women's sports. Just saying.
That might be a good question to ask. Maybe I'll ask Saudi this. Saudi Arabia, when do you actually become a fan? What makes you a fan? For the listeners, for the viewers, for all of the subscribers. Remember, if you're not hating, why are you waiting? Subscribe right now. What makes you a fan, Arabia?
Yeah, subscribe right now. I think it's when you officially start rooting for that team, whenever they play. So for me, let's say there's a team that's playing the Cowboys. I'm low-key rooting for that other team, but I'm not a fan of that other team just because I'm rooting for them. I'm a fan of my team because I don't care who we play, when we play. I'm hoping they win. I'm rooting for them in all situations. So, it's really when you start to get behind a team and watching all their plays and knowing all their moves and stuff like that.
Okay. So then you can have more than one team. You could be behind two teams, right?
I mean, you could, but I wouldn't recommend it. I think you should really just have one team. A backup team seems like a cop-out.
Okay. Thank you.
I got a better question for you, Mace. When do you stop being a fan? Because week to week, we don't know. when do you stop being a fan?
According to Arabia, when you stop following what they're doing and you're no longer interested in what the players are doing and you're no longer rooting for them this week. So that could change week to week, according to Arabia.
It could, but it shouldn't. I think that makes you fake, but you are a fan.
You just told me what a fan was.
Volatile fan.
If a fan is you're standing behind a team, you want to know what the players are doing, you want to know everything about them. It's just like dating almost. You stop wanting to know about them. You stop caring about what they're doing or how they're feeling that week, right? Come on, Cam, help me out here.
Well, if you're a serial fan or a serial dater or a hoe-ass nigga or just a hoe, then yeah, you're going to do that with multiple people from week to week. That doesn't mean that you're not a fan. It just means that you giving it up real easy. That's all it is.
Oh, well, back in the days, I was easy. I'm not going to lie.
What a lovely combo to start. We love definition.
Yeah,
we're going to start with the games from last night, starting with the Commanders. So the Bears beat the Commanders 25-24. Arabia, what were your biggest takeaways from this game?
My biggest takeaways were the takeaways. It's hard to win football games when you lose the turnover battle. 3 takeaways for the Bears. Washington had 3 turnovers. 2 of them, I think, were on Jaden Daniels. One was an interception and one was a fumble when he was giving it to Bill. And the other one was just a forced fumble by Bill once again. But, I mean, the Bears did what they had to do. They capitalized on those mistakes by the Commanders, especially early on. 10 points in the first half that the Bears got based on the Commanders' turnovers. Sorry-ass defense. Commanders got a sorry defense. I don't want to always hear about Joe Witt Jr. and the way he's scheming it up. The players on the field are not executing whatever the plan is. And the offense isn't helping with those 3 turnovers. So based on how they played, the Commanders deserved to lose this game. I saw terrible things from the defense, too many mistakes from the offense. The Bears deserved to win this game.
I don't know if I could go that. I think you're being too hard on your team. If they had 2 more points, you probably will be talking better. I don't think you'll be saying all of this if y'all won the game. Would you be saying that the defense was still horrible if y'all won the game?
Yes. I mean, I'm on record saying I think my team's going to win 9 games this season, around 9 games. I'm not the type of person who thinks that, like, sometimes the better team doesn't win. So I'm not the type of person who, just because we played a good game, like, no, it's any given Sunday for a reason.
Well, actually, this goes along with my thesis of what I said yesterday, Cameron. If you're listening, because I know he hates when I say Cameron, but if you get over
I actually love my name. I love my name. I actually like being called Cameron better than Cameron. Like, my name is Cameron.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay. Well, Cameron, this is what I would like to say. This is a perfect time to look at 225 because that's what we're watching right here. We're watching 225, and it's not a 30-point game. And guess who wins? The quarterback that got the 225 first. Isn't this ironic? We're looking at Caleb Williams. Only 1 touchdown. The other guy got 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, but it doesn't matter. Remember my secret to football. If the first quarterback to 225 is going to win the game, unless they win with championship points, and that's 30 points or higher. So I stand justified in this stat.
Okay, Cam?
This rule came into effect yesterday, actually, where the 30 points stood. But
Cam,
okay,
the people loved it. The people, I read the comments too, Cam. The people love that. Some people said, "Yo, this nigga Mace, he's the best spinner in the whole world." But they have to agree.
That's not a compliment. Just so you know, I didn't know if you knew that or not.
It depends on how you hear it.
Compliment.
It depends.
It is not in this scenario. Not in this scenario. It's really not a good compliment. It's like when I be hearing niggas be saying, "Yo, I went viral." Viral is not always good.
Yeah, viral is definitely not always good. You might never work again, but you went viral.
Yeah, exactly. But you went viral. Nigga, oh, I'm viral. Yo, you're viral for the wrong reason sometimes. But as far as the game is concerned, I'm not going to even sit here and act like I watched the whole game because I was more focused on the Bills and Falcons game and the way the NFL is scheduling shit. I didn't want to flip channels today, and I didn't want to put it on 2 TV, so I focused on other game. But I did see the end of the game, which was purely the Commanders' fault. I mean, it was raining and all that fly shit, but you're up the field. You can end this game. It's only a couple minutes left, and they fumble. And Arabia's point was on cue. You can't turn the ball over, and not just turn the ball over at crucial times. This was a payback for what y'all niggas did to them last year, Arabia. Threw that motherfucking Hail Mary when nigga was playing games on the sideline, so on and so forth. Same time, same place last year, and it just ain't going in your favor this time. But yeah, you got to protect the ball, but not just turnovers. The time of turnovers. Y'all was in position to win the game, whether your defense is playing good, bad, or indifferent. Y'all could have won this game, but that last turnover with about 2-3 minutes left, I'm not sure exactly. I know it was short change, and they kicked the field goal to beat y'all. I agree with your take. I don't have too much more to say outside that. I thought you hit the nail on the head, Paul.
Okay. So now next.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say
Arabia.
4 first downs based on penalties. I feel like the Bears actually bailed us out a lot. And we were handed opportunities to win the game and just didn't. So congratulations to the Bears. Y'all deserved to win that game. Y'all got y'all lick back.
All right, but are we ready to say that Caleb Williams is serious at this point? Are we taking him serious at this point? Cam, Arabia, Stat?
Got to take anybody in the league serious. Go ahead, Cam.
No, what I was going to say is that this, we give Caleb Williams a hard time up here sometimes, pause. But this 3 games in a row, you got to think about he went through different offensive coordinators, different coaching, and it's not always to pick up on somebody's offense or coaching style and so on and so forth. But I will say this, that the Bears are hitting a rhythm right now at a good time to hit a rhythm. And Caleb Williams is a part of that. He's playing really well. We'll see what time tells. But right now, I'm not ready to say I believe in the Bears, but I do want to say that they're looking good the last couple of weeks, considering all things they had to deal with the last couple of years.
What about you, Stat? Is he tall enough to see over the defense?
I mean, yes. I never had an issue with Caleb Williams with anything that he's done. I just wanted him to have the best career that he can have, being younger, and he's getting better game by game. So that's all I want to see. I'm rooting for everybody. Okay. Not everybody in my division. Okay. So this next game, we're going to talk about the Bills, because I feel like just in general, we've seen a lot of games have an outcome that I feel like a lot of people didn't expect. So the Bills lost to the Falcons 24-14. Arabia, do you think the Bills should start to be worrying, or do you think that they're just fine? And then how do you feel about the Falcons?
Yeah, no, the Bills are just fine. If you watched my show, All 32, which comes on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 4 p.m. on this channel, I said the Patriots were going to beat the Bills the previous week. And then once again, I had the Falcons upsetting the Bills this week. It's all on wax. It's all on the show. The reason why I said that, number one, before we get to my reasoning, once again, it's hard to win football games when you lose the turnover battle. Right now, through 6 games, 4 interceptions for Josh Allen. He had 6 total last season. All 4 interceptions came in the last 3 games. He has to protect the ball. If you don't win the turnover battle, you probably won't win the game. It's a very reliable predictor to wins and losses. But when it comes to my prediction, the reason why I had the Falcons winning this game was because coming into this game, the Falcons had one of the best passing defenses in the NFL. They allowed the fewest passing yards in the NFL, very few touchdowns as well. When that happens, especially if Atlanta were to get up in the game early, which they did, that puts more pressure on Buffalo to keep it on the ground. But what does that do? It forces you to eat up time. At some point, you're racing against the clock. You have to pass the ball because you need to get up quickly because time is running out. And that's exactly what we saw. So there's nothing to worry about because the Patriots are a solid team. They're in their division games. Anything can happen. And for the Falcons, a really good passing defense. So the Bills are completely fine. They have nothing to worry about. Just clean it up moving forward.
Yeah, I really believe that the Bills have nothing to worry about. I think when you got such a supreme quarterback, that when it comes down to the postseason, it really boils down to players like that and people that can make plays. And Josh Allen can make plays. Not to mention that when you look at this game right here, Atlanta versus the Bills, is a testament, again, about the numbers that I keep bringing up, just like you just shared. A point of view that you have, Arabia. I'm sticking with mine the same way. The first quarterback to 225, and that happened to be Penix, and they happened to win the game.
I think the Bills definitely need to be concerned. The last 2 weeks, they haven't been playing good, and the Patriots are looking like they're hitting their rhythm. Actually, the Bills aren't in first place in the division, and I don't know how long. Maybe since the Patriot era. Don't quote me because we know we got our stat masters in the comments and so on and so forth. But in recent memory, the Bills have been winning that division consistently. They lost to the Patriots, and not only losing to the Patriots, they look really, really good. I'm talking about the Patriots this season. Stephon Diggs got them niggas on one. The quarterback play, Drake May is playing really good. And you can see the frustration on Josh Allen's face 2 weeks in a row. I wouldn't write them off, and I wouldn't say they're going anywhere. But should they be concerned? Yes. Right now, they should be concerned because the Patriots, this is the most excitement that they had in their spot. And probably since Tom Brady was winning championships there. We know Bill Belichick didn't do anything after Tom Brady left. But I see a lot of excitement in the New York area. But on the other side of football, we got to give the Atlanta Falcons some credit. They're also in stride. People don't realize the dogs that Penix has to work with, not just in the receiving game. But I don't want to say his name wrong, but Bijan Robinson, pardon me if I pronounce your name wrong, homie. Man, that nigga's a killer. And not just as a running back, but also he could catch the ball. So when Penix is in trouble out the backfield, he's also going to be a problem. Right now, he has the most yards from scrimmage. I believe a little over 800 yards in the least amount of games. Christian McCaffrey came in to this week leading with the most yards from scrimmage in 6 games. Bijan Robinson has 800-something yards from scrimmage in 5 games. And then he's running for a shitload of yards. And not only that, he could catch, like I said. So I think we always given this last couple of years this division saying, well, we know Tampa's going to do it. We know this team's going to do it. This division always can finish under 500 in some type of way, always make it to the playoffs. But sitting here looking at the stats, and I'm looking at them now, pardon me for taking a second to pull up, they're a game and a half outside and back of Tampa Bay, and they're playing really good. And Tampa Bay is playing phenomenal right now. But 2 losses and 2 wins from Atlanta could change that all up. So I want to keep an eye on Atlanta as well. And as far as the first question, Zach, yes, the Bills should definitely, I'm not writing them off, but yeah, the alert button should definitely be on for the Patriots in that division.
And then, Cam, you spoke on the Patriots' excitement, which they have every reason to be excited right now because they are sitting at the top of the AFC East. Arabia, how legit do you think the Patriots are?
It all depends on November and December. And that's one of the reasons why I don't think the Bills should be super worried. These really good teams are really good in September and October, but some of the best teams in the NFL don't play their best ball until November and December. So I just want to see the Patriots prove it when it comes later on in the season. And if they're still playing well and have that momentum going into, week 15, 16, 17, then yeah, definitely got to keep an eye on that. But right now it's cool. But, the real will separate from the fake come like November.
And then, Mace, do you think the Patriots are legit, or do you agree with Arabia's point?
I agree with Arabia. I think you could tell that much earlier than week 15, 16, 17. I think for me, it's round week 12 to 14. I think when you get to the end, you kind of already, it's kind of easier to tell. But week 12, you could see who's making a turn, who's getting worse, and who's going to actually be better when it's all said and done.
Okay. And then, Cam, do you have a rebuttal to that, or you?
I think all these games count. Football is not basketball where you got 82 games. Every game counts. What do y'all think the Jets going to look like in week 12? Do you think it's going to be a different from week 6? Do you think Baltimore's is going to make it to the playoffs? I doubt it. I'm not saying that Arabia is wrong or Mace is wrong. You're right. When it comes into them dog months of the NFL, that's when it really counts. But I agree with what Michael Irvin said on our show yesterday. This year is not a year where you're going to see one team just dominate and be like, oh, that's the team to beat. It's a lot of disparity this year. And week to week, teams that we thought would win will lose. We all picked the Bills to win this game, but they didn't, except for Arabia, pardon me. But it's a lot of disparity to where you're not going to know what happens week to week. So I do agree with you guys, but I don't want to sit here and say week 1 through 6 doesn't matter, because if you get off to a fucked up start, yeah, it matters. Right now, Baltimore, I wouldn't even know if I put Lamar Jackson back in the rest of the season just to make sure he heals up for next season, depending on what their record is when he does get back. But yes, November and December counts, but these games do matter.
All good points. And I just think in general it makes it interesting when there's not just somebody at the top of the ladder. I like to see teams that we wouldn't typically expect being in spaces that we wouldn't expect them to be, because I think it adds more fun to it, even just as a viewer, because now I think our predictions as a whole have swayed a lot because our expectations have just not been met for a lot of people. So it's interesting to kind of see how it's going to go, and hopefully we get a little bit more fun. But again, just not for the game on Thursday because I need that win. Okay, so just got to make that clear. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the Titans. So they fired their head coach, Brian Callahan, after a 1-5 record for this season. So the Titans president of football operations said, "We just felt like this was the right time to make a change." But I also want to highlight this quote from him the other day when the Titans lost to the Raiders. He said, "I am incredibly discouraged by the outcome. We felt good coming into the game, and to be able to perform well on offense, to not be able to score points and then lose the game is disappointing. We've all got to be better. Cam's a part of that too. Cam's got to play better football," obviously in reference to Cam Ward. So Arabia, how do you feel about that quote from their now past head coach? Then do you think they made the right decision in firing him?
I mean, first of all, let me just say about Cam Ward. He has only 3 passing touchdowns over the last 6 games, his first 6 career games. The only number 1 overall pick quarterbacks to have fewer passing touchdowns through their first 6 career games: John Elway, Terry Bradshaw, and Alex Smith. So if you're worried about Cam Ward through 6 games of his rookie season, don't worry. He has a lot more football to be played. You cannot put your rookie quarterback on a short leash. That is a mistake. So yes, you can expect more from your number 1 overall pick, but I agree, and I'm sure we'll talk about Tom Brady later. I agree with Tom Brady where it's like we put way too much value on where he was drafted and the expectation based on where he's drafted, when we've seen time and time again late round picks come in and be dogs that have long careers, and these top picks be trash. So, and as far as the last 4 number 1 overall picks in the draft, all 4 have seen their head coaches fired in their rookie campaign. It began in 2021 with Trevor Lawrence. He saw Urban Meyer fired. Then 2023 with Bryce Young. He saw Frank Reich fired. Then last year, Caleb Williams saw Matt Eberflus fired. And this year, Cam Ward saw Brian Callahan fired. So the last 4 number 1 overall picks have all seen their head coaches fired. One of the best things you can do for a rookie quarterback is consistency. And I hate that this is happening, but it kind of is what it is. So coming up, they have the Titans have the Patriots. Who's the head coach for the Patriots? Mike Vrabel, who was fired by the Titans. So this would be Vrabel's first time facing his former team since they fired him, which would be a very interesting storyline for Week 7.
Yeah, I think when it comes to this particular firing, it was warranted, even though they made a commitment for a long-term plan. Sometimes you make a long-term plan and you recognize that you made a mistake, and it's better to cut your losses earlier than later. Like you said, a lot of these quarterbacks, their coaches got fired, but this coach got fired for the mere fact that it was just too many turnovers. It's like, as a coach, it's one thing if you're losing because something is not working out just yet. But when you're just losing the ball every time you go down, not every time, but it was just too many turnovers. And I think they just had enough of it. And they couldn't blame Cam because he had just got there. They think it's the system, and they don't want to lose the coach and the player when they could just pick one. And he had to go. It came down to him and Cam, and they wasn't ready to leave Cam. They just got him there, and they just got rid of the coach. I think people got to take it serious when they get in there, and I think his after the game post comments really led to him getting fired. As much as that wasn't brought up yet, when you speaking low of a quarterback that was drafted so high, is nowhere good to go in that kind of conversation. So he had to go.
Football's the ultimate team sport. You're not going to get everything done in 1 year. The reason Cam Ward was the number 1 pick is because the Tennessee Titans were the worst team in the NFL last year. It's not going to all turn around because you drafted the quarterback number 1. It's just not going to happen. There's too many other pieces that have to go together. But to put some more context to what the coach said, a couple Sundays ago, Cam Ward kind of took shots at the whole team. He said, we're playing like shit. And I'm not paraphrasing. He said, we're playing like shit, all of us, he included himself. But he basically, I don't remember if he threw the coaching staff in there, but he basically took a shot at the whole team saying, we all playing like shit. And we're not doing good. And he took accountability for himself. So, when you come in and still lose games after those type of comments, they won last week by luck. But this week, when you lose again, and now you have the coach saying his name. So now it's like, we don't know because we're not in the locker room. We don't have any information privy to the locker room. Who knows if Cam Ward and the head coach was on the same page? And 9 times out of 10, if you're a superstar, I'm not saying Cam Ward is a superstar, but Arabia brought up some great stats and some Hall of Famers. I don't know if Alex Smith is going to the Hall of Fame, but we know what Terry Bradshaw and John Elway did. He has a lot of time to be great, just like those players. So they rather nip this in the bud now as opposed to waiting another year or two and then it comes out that they're not there. This is nothing new. And the reason I use superstar players because we see, and I'm just going to go to basketball because I'm more basketball knowledgeable than football, even though I know my football. But we've seen this with Magic Johnson, get a coach fired. We've seen this when Michael Jordan, he won't admit it, but wasn't on the same page with Collins and they brought Phil Jackson in. The superstar or the star or the potential star is going to have the upper hand in these situations. If you're ever coaching, you're not doing good, and you have a potential superstar on your team, watch your mouth. That's pause. That's just that. Be careful what you say because it only takes one walk upstairs to the front office, ownership, anybody else to say, I don't know if this is the place for me to be. Oh, what's the problem? Nah, the coach. The coach? I bet. We don't like that nigga like that anyway. Be careful. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, wasn't he coaching last year, Arabia? Because now it's not just 1-5. He's like 4-19.
Yeah, so they actually went 4-19 since last season. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely got to go.
You got to go.
It's not just 1-5.
See, my thing is this: when you lose, and Mace brought up a point. See, this is my thing, right? With certain shit, when you bring over, sometimes you just lose the locker room, and they're not fucking with you. And it's just like that. Like when you bring up the turnovers, like Mace said, he's right. You can't have turnovers. But the coach can't secure the ball. What you want him to do? He can't hold on to the ball if y'all fumbling and throwing interceptions and not reading the routes correctly, etc. They just like, man, whatever. We don't fuck with this nigga anyway. Like if I was the Jet coach, I was talking to my man yesterday, and I'm like, if I'm the Jets coach, I would just walk in the locker room and be like, if y'all don't want me here, say that. If y'all don't fuck with me, just say y'all don't fuck with me because y'all trying to get me canned. Y'all definitely don't fuck with me. We can't win a game. Just say you don't like me like that. I was telling my nigga that yesterday. That's what I would say if I was the head coach. Just say y'all don't fuck with me, B. Let's just get it out in the open.
Yeah. I'm even mad at that because at least it's honest.
True because when they want their bonus, pause. You want me to run the play if it's your bonus week, right? If you're going for yards that can give you that incentive, you want me to tell the quarterback to run this play, right? Today I need y'all niggas to win me a game, man. I'm halfway out the door.
Yeah, and it seemed like y'all are putting me out the door. Pause.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Same way, for instance, right? You sit here and we hear all the rumblings about the Giants, and this isn't a coaching situation, but you sit here and hear the rumblings. It was only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yo, we're Jackson Dart at. We're Jackson Dart at. And then you see how much they love Jackson Dart as opposed to Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
The energy is different. And that carries on sometimes.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago they was acting like Russ might be back.
Barely,
300 yards.
Barely even that. The excitement for Jackson Dart is very, very valid and a clear difference. Sorry to Russ. But shout out to Giants.
The thing about it is this. Thing about it too is this, that I don't care. Outside of Philadelphia, I would say maybe DC, and there's a couple other places that I may not be naming. Atlanta. When you got White, it's all right. Especially when he got a little swag and he can play, man. White is all right, man. That's just how it goes, man. If it's always going in certain cities, you sit there and you don't see any black fans in the front because the tickets are too expensive unless they family members. It's just the way it go, man. So when you got somebody white, and to me, Jackson Dart got a little more swag than Russell Wilson. Whether black, white, or Chinese or Spanish or whatever, and he a little more swaggy. So he appeals to the older white people, and then the younger white men or whatever kids that want to wear do-rags.
Not even that. He's definitely a good in between. Just his movement in the hitting heads with the scatter, like he definitely got some swag to him. So I see the point that you're making. He's right.
Yeah, this is crazy.
He's right.
Nigga, QBR is just average, and she talking about he got swag.
He does, though.
What about the QBR?
He does. He already has the memes. He already has the compilations of just the things that he's been doing. Like, and like especially once kind of like the media and like the fans and the audience decides like, oh, he's cool. Like that's stamped. He's stamped. He is like he's already made that name for himself. So like to lose
what
coolness,
name?
It's gonna be hard. He has.
They're like 2 and 5. What name is he made?
He has though. Like he stamped it upon his. Like Cam is correct. Like everything that I've seen, I'm like I can't even disagree because he's literally stamped that on himself. So shout out to Jackson Dart, and he went to USC, like Cali cool, like all the things. So
let me ask you a question, Stack. Does Carson Beck have swag?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Now
now we do. You was hating on the nigga, so I was just wondering.
I admit that though. I admit that. Now he does.
You admit what? You was hating?
He does. I don't like the term hating, but I wasn't on the bandwagon yet. I wasn't feeling it, and now.
But now because he's winning, he got swag. Does winning make you have swag?
Yeah, it does. You do what you want when you pop it. That's a real quote. That's a very real thing. You do what you want when you pop it.
2 and 4 and he
winning,
do what he want when he popping.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
That's the truth. That's the world. Okay. So we talked about a quote coming from the coach's side. So this next conversation is going to be real interesting because we're going to talk about a quote directly from the quarterback. Got to talk about the Dolphins. We will discuss after the break.
Hey everyone, I know every time we're on here, we're joking, we're having fun, but we really care about our fans. We really care about our subscribers. And if there's any way that we could be of help to you, we want you to use the information on your screen because we have more to offer. Have a blessed day.
Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog picks of the day. So on Thursday for Thursday Night Football, the Steelers will play the Bengals. Underdog has Aaron Rodgers at 212 and a half passing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mace?
Stat like this. I'm gonna go higher. I got the Steelers yellow on. I'm going higher.
Okay. Cam.
Yeah, I'm gonna go high as well.
Okay. DK Metcalf is at 64 and a half receiving yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
Higher.
Yeah, I'm gonna go higher as well.
Okay. And T. Higgins is at half of a rushing and a receiving touchdown. So do you have him higher or lower, Mace?
Half rushing and
So basically one touchdown, whether it's receiving or rushing touchdown.
I'm gonna go lower.
Okay. And Cam.
Yeah, I'm going lower as well.
Okay. Make sure y'all download the Underdog app and you can make your picks too. So Dolphins got a lot going on. The Dolphins lost to the Chargers 29-27. So after the game, Tua talked to the press and called out leadership. He said, I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys and then what we're expecting out of the guys. We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. There's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make that mandatory? Do we not have to make that mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up. It starts with little things like that. And that is just one quote. We've seen a lot of quotes from Tua just over the season. So Arabia, what is your opinion on one, what Tua said and also where he said it?
Tua don't know where he at. Tua fucked up. Tua Abdullah Oblongata in there doing the Harlem Shake. Tua needs to be ushered off the podium. The cerebellum is fucked up. It's crazy because I have an inside source on the Dolphins, and I can't say who. But I was like, your quarterback said y'all showed up to meetings late. He was like, we don't know what he's talking about. We have no idea who he's talking about, what he's talking about, what player-only meetings. Is he talking about film study? Because those aren't player-only. Like, yesterday, on Monday, some of the players got together and was like, what is Tua talking about? So Tua just needs to be ushered off the podium. He don't know what he's talking about. And he said it's about leadership. Nigga, you're a leader. Yes, there are different levels of leadership. You have the owner, then you have head coaches and GM, but you are in a leadership position. And for you to once again get behind that podium and throw your guys under the bus and maybe even admit that they don't respect you by saying that they're not coming to players-only meetings or showing up late just shows a lot about your leadership. So Tua fucked up, man. Tua fucked up.
Yeah, Tua's throwing his team under the bus and he's throwing the football away. He's talking about people not delivering. He's the main one not delivering. Pause. He have 3 interceptions in this game. Such a close game. They lose by 2. And he has 3 interceptions. Not to mention that the way even when he's scrambling with the ball, he's not looking like he knows what's going on out there. He wants to blame everybody else. This is the team. You're in Miami. You're in the best place that you guys can hang out. You can build camaraderie with, and you just got to do more. I think on this team off the field. I think you could tell. Like I remember we was talking before, and I think it was Killer or somebody was talking about how you could tell when players don't fool with each other. Like this it just has it written all over this team. This is the worst place to play bad at because it's such a beautiful city. And the fans don't deserve this. And every day we're hoping that Tua doesn't get hurt. But I don't know if him not getting hurt is really beneficial to them because right now he's not playing well at all.
If I'm Mike McDonald, I don't know if y'all ever seen Juice before, the movie Juice. Stat probably hasn't. But the movie Juice, seen the stat? I see Nick went to stat. Did you see it?
It's on my list.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
It's on my list.
What does on your list mean, Stat?
Maybe you seen Juice before?
Oh man, it's on my list too.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy, man.
We're in here with.
I feel so seen. I'm just gonna say that.
My
goodness. Guys, there's a lot of movies. There's a lot of movies. There's a lot.
You guys should do a movie, Suburban Black Girls.
Yeah.
No, we need to start a club for sure. I'll be the president.
It's a scene in Juice where Tupac, his name is Bishop in the film, and he hasn't seen this man in a while. When they close the locker, he's right behind the locker, like, "What's up? Where you been?" That would have been me if I'm Mike McDonald, right into a locker room, like, "Yo, what's up with you?" Back to the point with the Jets, I just went, "What is you trying to get me fired, nigga? What do you mean it starts with leadership? Do we have a problem?" It seems like we got a problem because it seemed like you trying to get me canned because you keep turning the ball over. That's what it sounded like to me when I heard it. It sounded like Tua don't fuck with the coach. Tyreek is out for the rest of the season. Miami been under scrutiny ever since Tyreek Hill got there. It's been scrutiny. It's been concussion after concussion. It's been Tyreek Hill arrested on the floor. It's been thrown on the floor outside the stadium. They're not winning games. And this is all frustration built up. When you don't win and you're expected to do better than what you're doing, it's frustration. And then what happens with frustration if you don't fuck with niggas? Finger pointing. Then you start blaming one person and say, listen, oh, this, that, and third. Arabia gave us some information we wasn't privy to. So that was great to know that. But it sounds to me like Tua is pointing the finger at everybody. And that's just what it is. More importantly, I know he said the player meetings and so on and so forth, but the one thing he said in comments when I watched the interview is leadership. And now, Arabia pointed out there's different type of leaders, but if you talk about leadership, you're talking about coaching staff, general management, or the owners. I don't think you want to talk about the owners that's cutting a check. And I don't know if you have a problem with general manager, but I see Mike McDonald come on the day after Tua made some statements and was like, he shouldn't have did that. He shouldn't have came, I'm paraphrasing, but he shouldn't have did that, and he knows better type vibes. He's like, if I had to paraphrase, he was like, niggas know better than that. And niggas need to keep their name out my mouth. That's how he kind of said it in the Mike McDonald way. Sound like a bunch of finger pointing from Tua, my personal opinion.
Yes, and I mean, the only other person he could have been talking about was the offensive coordinator. But, I mean, when you think about it, a lot is going wrong from the beginning of the season. Just imagine you're a quarterback, and I always do this, not to be double-minded, but just to show you the other side of this conversation. He may be thinking, well, at the beginning of the year, I thought I was going to have Odell. I thought I was going to have Tyreek and all this other stuff. And now he's sitting here without any of that, and he got to play by himself pretty much.
Well, listen, there could have been years when Tyreek and them niggas said, we thought we was going to have you. And you wasn't available. So that's a double on both sides of the coin. Nigga, you was out for 2 years straight with injury, with concussions. And the reason I came here was for you. I'm pretty sure Tyreek Hill looks at every Kansas City game and be like, man, we could have won 4 straight. But he went and took his money, he got his championship, etc. But he came there but thinking that he had a reliable quarterback. And because Tua hasn't been hurt in the last year, thank God, he's pointing fingers now. You was missing for a couple years. Not straight. I mean, you played games in the season, but you was out too. It happens, it's football.
Yeah, even to that point, even just with Tua, like, I wish he would say something like that, because you got other teams literally working with what they got. We've seen it. Prime example with the Buccaneers. We're sure Baker Mayfield wishes he had Mike Evans. He's wishing he had Bucky Irvin, like all those players that are literally injured. So like the excuses are dumb because he has literally pointed fingers at everybody else except himself. Because when Cam brings up the quote from Cam Ward, at least Cam Ward can admit where he's making mistakes, but also he's a rookie in doing that, not just blaming everybody else. So Tua's gonna need to fix that. But my question to you guys, just after kind of hearing that and then hearing Cam paraphrase what Mike McDaniel basically said, which showed that they weren't on the same page, what is the solution supposed to be here? Like, what can be done? Because we're seeing all of this miscommunication from different angles. Tua's gonna have to take a page out of, what's the guy named? Baker Mayfield. He's going to have to take a page out of Baker Mayfield book. Just play ball, bro. And when you do well, just shut your mouth. I mean, you can't blame Frank Smith. Even though I would love to, I would say, it probably they just lost because he used to coach for the Chargers, and they know the way he thinks. So sometimes you're playing against people that just know you, and this was just one of those games. So I think he just got to play ball and shut his mouth and lead by example. And if you lose the locker room, one of the things you got to do is just like you lose a family or you lose anybody that's not listening to you, you got to go back to those people and ask them, what would it take for you to follow me again? That's the hardest part to do as a leader. When you lost the leadership, you got to go and pause, fall on the sword as the king and say, what do I have to do to get this leadership back? And some people are going to tell you what you have to do. It may be hard to hear, but you can turn those things around, but you have to be willing to ask the hard question. Okay. And then Arabia, then Cam.
Yeah, he better be careful because nobody is bigger than the program. And if he's not careful pointing the finger at this person and that person in leadership, they might be like, all right, have a seat. You're not happy. You don't, you think we're doing such a bad job. Have a seat. And Zach Wilson, you're in. Or we're going to give Quinn Ewers, hey, you're in. And don't let whoever comes in for you do a better job than you and run this offense better than you and be more efficient than you, because now you just shot yourself in the foot. So point the finger if you want to and find out that you are not bigger than the Miami Dolphins program and that they will continue without you.
To answer your question straight out flat, what they could do is win. When you win, it doesn't matter. It's a bunch of people that played with each other that didn't like each other. Kobe and Shaq ain't fuck with each other. They won 3 straight championships, and then when they didn't win that next year, niggas said, okay, it's time to split this up. This shit is coming to a head to where this shit might not going to work anymore. When you win, it solves everything in sports. Whether you like somebody or don't like somebody, it's just the way it is. And I think Mace gave some really great advice, especially if you're in that situation. That was outstanding advice, because if you lost the locker room and you go back to people you know you lost and at least have a conversation with them, and they tell you what you can do to fix it, that's a beginning. They may tell you to fuck off. Ain't nothing you can do, nigga. You done burnt this bridge, nigga, and ain't no boats. Ain't nothing you can do. But that's at least a start to try and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then last one before we wrap, the Chiefs. So the Chiefs beat the Lions 30-17. Arabia. Are the Chiefs back in the groove? How'd you feel about the outcome of that game?
I just want to say congratulations to the Chiefs for the win, not just for the win, but for playing a perfect 0 penalty game. Do you know that since 2019, there have been over 3,380 individual team performances? Of those over 3,300 team performances, half of that is the games, 12 of those have 0 penalty games. 2 of the 12 belong to the Chiefs. And you can look at that 2 different ways. You can look at it with the narrative of, oh, the Chiefs have their refs in their pocket, blah, blah, blah. Or you can look at it like they're coming off of a loss to the Jags where they had 13 penalties for over 100 yards. Andy Reid coached those guys up, cleaned their act up, and the fact that they had 0 penalties all game stemmed from the fact that they were coming off a loss with 13 penalties. I'm choosing to do the latter and not go the conspiracy route, but do with that information what you will. Congrats to Kansas City for having a 0 penalty game.
Yeah, I just think the boys are back. I don't know how else to explain it to y'all. As the weeks go on, I think this is nobody's league right now. But like you guys said, it's going to boil down to coaching. And we just have one of the better coaches. That's what it's going to boil down to. And not to mention, when we're playing the way we're playing now, if we just keep it up, I could see us 8-3, 7-3, and then we're just gonna take off, and then we'll look back at this and say we gave niggas a head start. Like I told y'all, we was just giving everybody a head start. So I'm glad everybody got the running with the Steelers and everything. But we'll see you guys in January.
I'm gonna go with Arabia's analysis and not take the latter. I seen after the game, they showed 4 penalties that they didn't call on the Chiefs. And that was off the humble. That was as soon as the game was over. They showed 4 penalties they didn't show with the Chiefs. But you know who was in the house? Taylor Swift back. When Taylor Swift back, this is what happens. She was back in the building. They kept showing her all game. And Chiefs didn't have 1 penalty. Come on, my nigga. Come on. Not 1 penalty. Come on, my nigga. They showed 4 penalties 5 minutes after the game was over that they didn't show. That they didn't call. It was dead obvious. So, yeah, the Chiefs are back in the NFL's pocket, or vice versa, however you want to put it. And they're like, if Taylor Swift is going to be coming back around, normally this is the way things need to be. So, no, I'm not going to congratulate them on having a penalty-free game, because it really wasn't a penalty-free game. But if the ref don't call it, the ref don't call it. We seen it. They just didn't call it.
To add to that really quick, Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, I see Caitlin Clark up there too. It's getting white about a minute.
Oh man,
The ice is colder.
That's
yeah.
that's your ice.
It's not my
That
ice.
is your ice. What? Talk about the ice is colder. Yours. And I love that for you.
No, I just said it to trigger you. That's all I did.
I'm not triggered.
I said, yeah, you were triggered.
I love that for
I
you.
saw it, PT. Was she triggered? Put the camera on PT.
We're not
Did it
triggered.
trigger her, PT, or
not
yes
triggered.
or no, PT? You ain't got
Talking
no
about-
reason to lie.
Talking about cold
She
ice.
was
You got the
triggered,
jacket
PT.
zipped up. It's
Yeah,
cold,
yeah,
huh?
it's-
You ready. And I love that for you. Enjoy your stay.
No, realistically,
Enjoy your stay.
I just said it because I knew it would get you upset. I wanted to see how you responded.
I'm not upset.
And you responded a little irritable, but it's
Not
okay.
irritable. Smiling means I'm irritable.
No, you just your disposition, your body language, it told on you a little bit.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Why?
It's something about when you said Caitlyn. It just, I don't know. It's something about when you said Caitlyn, you got the Vegas jerseys on. It's just,
Yeah, you have the dynamic duo.
yeah. Not me. I'm just for the Chiefs. I'm not
oh,
for,
it's not-
for
okay.
all the other stuff.
Okay, you don't come with what's part of it.
No, it's not a part of it. It's just
Oh.
like I'm not a part of it.
Oh.
It's just the players on the field.
Okay, it's not a
The
part
people
of
off
it.
the field don't win the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously they do.
But if Taylor's paying them, then pause. Then that's another story. I don't have knowledge on that Taylor's paying the refs, but I know we're not paying.
Nobody
the refs.
said it's not about Taylor playing the refs. It's about Taylor being there and getting the most ratings for the NFL to get more money. That's what it's about. Taylor Swift when Taylor Swift is there. I remember last year we read the ratings. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's a significant difference when Taylor Swift is there as opposed to when she's not there. And the NFL ain't dumb. They know that. We know that. If we know that, they know that. They doing analytics all day. Keep showing that bitch and keep bringing the Swifties over. Pardon me, I don't want to call her bitch. She's a fiance now. Keep showing that lady and bringing the Swifties over.
See, now this is what I'm saying. So in the Super Bowl, when she's there and we lose the way we lose, how does that play into this narrative?
Same way
Because
that
that's the
you
last
say
game
it
of the
takes a
season.
quarterback.
Hold on a second. Hold on. It plays into the narrative, Murder, because that's the last game of the season. They could do a fair one. There's no game next week. It's no game till next year. So play
We don't
the
need
fair
them
one.
anymore.
Until next year.
I was gonna say to Mace's logic, that happens the same way a quarterback can lose even if they hit 250 yards before the other one. So at that point, things happen that are out of people's control. It's just gonna happen that way.
Anomaly.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
anomaly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, y'all.
I'm
You got-
glad the switch up is crazy around here.
It's not a switch up.
Aces fans, all this. Today was too much. Pause, for real.
Again, shout out the Aces. But y'all, that is all the time that we have for today. Raven, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, and get used to these doubleheader Monday Night Football games because the NFL sold more broadcasting rights to Disney. So ESPN and ABC are going to show more games on Monday Night Football.
There you have it.
No, you're absolutely right. I just didn't feel y'all teams was important enough to watch.
That's fine.
And with that being said,
Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.